Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. With me today is Garry Barbadillo, new City Council member. Garry, introduce yourself.
I'm Garry. I'm the new, one of the new council members elected last November in Milpitas, here to always serve.
Great. Well, let's jump right into it. Who are you? Tell me who you are. Tell them who you are.
Maybe in 3 words. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, and I'm a council member.
Okay. Well, let's walk it back from there. Those
All
are
right.
pretty straightforward answers. They say a lot, but there's a lot in between those lines.
There are.
So, where do you come from? What brought you to Milpitas? How long have you been here?
I've been here for more than 2 decades in Milpitas. I was starting a young family at the time, and we looked for places to start a home. We chose Milpitas.
Okay. Why did you choose Milpitas? Like, what stood out?
Well, what stood out? House price. That's the first one.
I knew you were going to say that.
But kidding aside, we look at San Jose, we look at the neighboring cities, and we compared that to Milpitas, and I saw Milpitas' future. I saw that Milpitas is a good place. It's peaceful even that time, right? It's progressing, and me and my wife has decided this is the place where we grow our family. That's what brought us to Milpitas.
Okay, so you have grown your family here from start to finish.
Almost, yes, I did.
Well, yeah, very close.
Yes.
So you're almost an empty nester at this point.
Actually, we've been an empty nester 2 years ago.
Okay, so how's that?
Well, it gave me more time to the wife and more time to the city, serving the city.
Okay, so we're in your first 100 days. We haven't even gotten past that threshold yet. Not going to grill you about the things you haven't done yet because you haven't had time to not do them yet.
It's fair
but
game.
let's talk about how that's been. How's it been forming the new council, working with the new team, forming those relationships?
Well, the new council member is a new slate. It's a good start for a better Milpitas. It consists of intelligent people, cordial people, and people that can work together. I think that's what's good for a council, because regardless of differences, political or personal, we can work together for what's better for Milpitas.
Great. What are some of the challenges you've been able to tackle since in this past month and a half? Or what are the challenges that are starting to pop up that you're seeing that you're going to need to tackle?
Right. Prior to me getting back to the council, I've been on the sidelines. And as observant as everybody else, we see peace and order, we see homelessness, yet we see how Milpitas is going forward. So, and it remained. It remained after I got seated for the council, and I believe that's the priority of the council now: public safety, homelessness, and making sure that we continue to prosper regardless of what happened for the last 2 years. We have measures in set, we have programs that's been being continued, and we're just darting forward.
Great. What's it like having been on the city council in a previous term? You're not a consecutive termer.
Right.
You were there before, you came off, now you're back on. What are the differences? How's the city changed? How's the council changed?
All right, so let me start if there is a change in me.
Okay, how have you changed?
Right. So there's no change. The same vision, the same passion I had the first time I served for council is what I'm going to this new council. What that means is, regardless of me serving before, me as part of the community, and me as a council now, my goal is to make sure that Milpitas continues to be a good place for family to live. The goal for the council and the goal for the city. The goal for the council, as I said, is a brand new start. Whatever issue is presented to the council, it will be resolved objectively, and each and every city council member, including the mayor, is going for what the city's best is, for what we hear from the community. And that's how we deliver our decisions in the council.
Great. Well, let's talk about where that comes from. Where did you build your leadership skills?
I thought you're not gonna throw me a hard question. Where is leadership? I think it's natural.
Okay.
It's natural in a sense that, okay, let me put it this way. It's because I am the oldest on the brood of cousins that went to college in the metropolis in the Philippines and kind of take care of all the cousins, including my brother, right? And I'll take it back a little, influence, you know, as I said, my father had served the Philippines, the government before in the Philippines, and I saw how he served as I grow up. And of course, the values and principles that were instilled during my younger years, you know, that made me up for what I am today.
Great. That's exactly what I was looking for.
All right.
A little bit of the backstory, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's talk a little bit about 10 to 20 years from now. You know what? 20 years from now, where do you see Milpitas?
10 to 20 years from now, it will be on the top 3 best cities in the Bay.
Okay. What do you see on the horizon that didn't come up on the campaign trail? Now that you're in office and you're seeing things, I mean, I know you were in office before, there was a little bit of a gap. Milpitas has made some changes, you know, new population. Is there anything there that you weren't expecting?
Not about expectation. It's about how much more information there is to base our decisions from, right? After the election, after having seated, you know, more communication, more conversation came about from the community. Then I relearn and reconfirm the objective of the city, how to move the city forward.
So you're saying you're finding that you're getting more communication from citizens than the previous era? Is that like a pandemic thing? Zoom's now out. We're all used to doing these online things. You're getting more public feedback than ever before.
Right. It has to do with I think technology, but not just technology. People are realizing. People are how will I say this? People are getting involved, right? And that's always the mantra, even during the campaign. And I am sure even the prior councils, getting the people involved makes a government effective.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys can't do anything effective if you don't hear from us, right?
That is true.
Go to the city council meetings. If you have something to say or you want to hear about it, go participate. That's the only way your government works, is if you participate, because it's your government. So.
Right.
Well, let's jump into our final question here. Why Milpitas?
Milpitas is a small, closely knit community. It's the best city there is. I've raised 2 children in Milpitas. I've raised my family there for years, and the services for the community as delivered by the city are outstanding. The participation of the community for the good of the whole city is there. And that's what we keep, and that's why it's Milpitas.
Excellent answer.
All right.
Gary, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. Audience, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.